Here we are. Welcome, everyone. This is Pluck That. This is our first episode. And so we thought we would take some time to kind of introduce ourselves, talk about what this podcast is, talk about why we're doing this, why us, and just a few things to close up the episode. Any questions? No? Okay. So first I'm going to start with introducing myself. My name is Nick Ciraldo. I'm professor of guitar at the University of Southern Mississippi. I'm a professional musician. I play the guitar. I am a classical guitarist by training, but I have been getting more and more into other styles the more I get into my career. What about you, Jonathan Bass?
I technically am a classical guitarist by training. My undergrad was in classical guitar. I always played jazz though, and that's typically what I gigged with, as I guess I could say. Um, I have always, and I guess I represent I don't know, just the out there working sometimes and sometimes not. Professional guitarist with I don't know, a degree in tow, I guess. So yeah,
Yeah. Freelance musician.
yeah, there we go.
All right, bringing up the rear is Dr. Michael Boyd.
Well, first of all, let me say how thrilled I am to be a part of this with the two of you. Um, Two of the best musicians that I know, and that's saying something given I'm fortunate to have so many friends and colleagues who are excelling at what they do in music. As far as myself, presently I'm teaching at Jones County Junior College in Ellisville, Mississippi. I've been playing professionally since I started graduate school in the mid 90s, and much like both Nick and Jonathan, initially devoted myself to classical training in my educational studies. Past decade or so, I've found quite a renewed interest in really all things guitar, which is not only what drew me into pursuing music as a career, but why I'm greatly looking forward to what we do with this podcast. Much more diversity and inclusion for the guitar community.
Right on. that
Wow, can
pretty,
I have a do-over?
that pretty much blew ours away. Wow.
I mean, it's, did you practice that?
Were you
I've had a little time to think about it.
were
Here I
you
am looking vampiric and pasty over here, and all y'all's lights are incredible, and Boyd comes out with that soliloquy of professionalism.
There's nowhere to go for me but down from here, so apologies.
we're gonna have a segment where you just read speeches from now on. All right. So that's a nice brief introduction, although Boyd's was a little longer than ours. That's okay. We're gonna let that slide.
And
Um
now Dr. Michael Boyd reads an interview with Andre Segovia.
okay, so the podcast. What is it? First of all, it's going to be all things guitar. It's going to be inclusive and inquisitive. We're going to be covering electric guitar. We're going to be covering classical guitar, acoustic guitar, all the guitars. Okay. We're also going to be covering all the styles that you would play on those instruments. Um, we're going to be, so it's going to be the three of us for a portion of each episode, but in future episodes, we're going to be having guests that we'll bring on for interviews. And it'll be interviews, but we'll also be talking with them about various topics that we wanted to kind of have like a panel discussion about, but all kinds of guitarists. We're even going to have some discussions about gear. Like I said, just all things guitar. Anything y'all wanted to add to that?
No, I think that about covers it. I mean, it's all things guitar, no one left behind. Um,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to give you a few reasons why I think it's um, sort of a podcast that can distinguish itself from the others, and some reasons why I'm excited about it. So first, I think the format's going to be cool. Um, there are going to be times where it's just going to be the three of us uh, discussing a topic, debating, as you've already seen, making fun of each other, just kind of having fun. And I think that's better than a lot of podcasts out there where you just have like a single host. We're going to keep each other in check. We're going to be offering, counter arguments to things, humor, and just the conversational aspect of this podcast. I think will be a little bit more engaging than a kind of one-on-one interview format. Secondly, we're going to be interviewing all kinds of guitarists. Like I said before, there are many podcasts out there that usually focus on just one style, and that tends to kind of feel a little exclusive. So we're trying to be more inclusive. We're going to be interviewing women and men. I mean, I can't tell you the number of times I've tuned into like Guitar Bros podcast, and I want to try very hard to get away from that and include all kinds of people on this podcast from diverse backgrounds. We're gonna have guitarists who play rock, classical, bluegrass, jazz, fusion, flamenco, all kinds of styles on this in the interview portions of this podcast. So if you're a guitarist and you're really into one particular style, you'll catch a little bit of that here. If you're into a variety of styles, even better. Next, I think, there may be things going on in the guitar world that we want to talk about. There may be some things that are worth celebrating. There may be some things that are worth ranting about, some things that need to be debated. And I think that will provoke some thoughts. Okay. It may stir some thoughts in your own guitar world. And we may point out and discuss things that we think need to change or improve. And finally, I'll say that for me, service is important. It seems like the more I get into my career, I have more to gain the more I serve others. And so I hope that this helps others, students, hobbyists, professionals. This podcast may also change my mind at times after certain conversations about various topics. So those are some of the reasons that kind of inspired this podcast. Guys, you have anything you wanted to add to that?
I would say I would kind of hope that it would shed some light on whether or not someone should be, well, I think everyone should be a student, but to be a hobbyist or be a professional and what it actually means to be either of those. Um, and how it's okay to be all three of those, you know, or any of the three of those.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So
Right on.
That's a wonderful point. There's obviously many things in our environment as both students and professionals and hobbyists have changed since I started pursuing this. There's so many things I like to impart to my students, or just engaging with people in general these days, that I think are more relevant now than they were, say, 20 years ago. So many things that I wish I would have known 20 years ago that I do know now. And I think it's a very fair thing to, be able to discuss those freely and have a safe environment to, ask whatever questions or impart whatever knowledge we have acquired to assist someone in their efforts, be it being a better musician in general or just having a better idea of what they're going into, be it into music school or into lessons or into a professional career. So yeah, I think that's a great facet of what I would like to be able to impart on this podcast.
Right on. I think also, as per the wishes of Boyd's wife, Bass and I are going to be chipping away at Michael's gear acquisition syndrome, otherwise known as, it's abbreviated to GA.S. Boyd has a lot of gas, and we'll be talking about it in each episode, asking him what gear or
Mainly
cable.
through the lens of our jealousy, but
Yes,
still.
yeah, no doubt. No
But
doubt.
I was thinking, this might not come out until a few episodes in, but you've outed me already with my passion for acquiring gear. And I'm afraid if my wife tunes into this, I might be confessing about the amount of stuff I just ordered this week.
Well, you're a connoisseur. You're a connoisseur. All
So we
right.
have to be strategic about releasing these episodes. Actually, is the timing. All
That would
right.
be helpful.
Okay. All right. Fine.
So why us is the next topic. Um, I'll tell y'all a little bit about how we know each other. And Boyd and Bass, you can add to this as well. But so I came to Hattiesburg, Mississippi about 20 years ago and met Michael early on, and Bass had already left Hattiesburg, but Michael and I had developed a relationship, and it's actually gotten much stronger over the past few years. And he kind of invited me to befriend Jonathan, and we've kind of been chatting from afar for the most part because Bass lives near Memphis. So we have been using this app called Marco Polo. If you don't use it, I highly recommend it. It's really cool because you can send long videos to your friends and family, and get it immediately.
We
It
should say
doesn't.
we are not endorsed in any way by Marco Polo.
Oh, not yet, not yet. But if
Yeah,
you're
not yet.
listening, but if y'all are listening, if Marco or Polo are listening,
We could use a sponsor.
yeah. Anyway, it's just a great sort of teleconference app, and we got into this habit of the three of us kind of communicating about all kinds of things, but for the most part, guitar related things, gear, students, the business. Just it has gotten philosophical. It has gotten deep. We've talked about, we've all kind of ranted about various things, and around the time that we really got into some momentum of doing this mode of conversation, I was thinking about starting a podcast. And I just thought, how cool would it be to transfer some of those conversations to this platform? And that's kind of it. Also, in the past couple of years, I've been thinking a lot about education. So I'm an educator. I've been thinking a lot about what my students need, and what kinds of curriculum they need to be consuming in order to make it in the field. And we've been talking about these things as well, and I just feel like some of these things need to get out to the world. And yeah, and then finally, I've seen kind of a shift in my career. Been thinking a lot about that and how maybe that's something to examine. And these guys have really helped me with that journey. So it's an honor for me to be with them here. They already introduced themselves, but I'll just say that you know, Jonathan is a fantastic jazz and fusion electric guitarist. He plays with a band, Gritty City Bang Bang, up in the Memphis area. He is a regularly performing musician. He's always sharing with me some amazing tidbits from technique to style, and just has a lot of really great things to say about styles of music that I'm not too um, not too versed in. But at the same time, even when we talk about classical guitar, there are some things that, like arrangements and various other topics, he's been really great to talk to as well. Michael, similarly, I would say that Michael and I kind of share a lot because of like being a little bit more on the classical side, but also doing other styles. And Michael has been very helpful for me for um, gear related things. He's been like a consultant for anything from electric guitars to amps. He's been very generous with me in you know uh, trying all of his gear, and he's a wonderful musician. We've performed together. We've done some chamber music on classical. We've shared the stage with various other styles of guitar, and has just been a super friendly person in the music world, but also in Hattiesburg, where we both live. And so it's just like, for me, it's just been like it is a no brainer to have these guys on this podcast. So thank you both. And that's kind of another reason why I wanted to do this with them.
And thank you both for this opportunity.
So that is going to be the podcast. I is This is just sort of an introductory thing, telling you who we are, why we're doing this, what we're going to talk about. I can guarantee you that it's going to be different than other guitar podcasts that focus on one specific thing. We're going to be talking about a variety of things. This is to reach a really broad audience. I have some fantastic sort of call them in-house guests here, Boyd and Bass, and then we'll have we already have a long list of guitarists of various styles that we're going to be talking with. So be on the lookout for future episodes. Be sure to follow the show wherever you get your podcasts. And we're also going to be putting these on YouTube. So be sure to like and subscribe. Once you find that, just look for Pluck That. And that is episode 1 of our humble but growing podcast, Pluck That. Thanks.
Pluck that.
Pluck that. Say it, Boyd.
Pluck that.